St. Vincent gets a seat on the United Nations Security Council. VISTS students receive CVQ certifications.
HLSCC has a new chairman and your Royal Virgin Islands safety tips for the Buju Banton weekend. These and more stories when 284 News returns.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.
Welcome everybody, it's Friday, June 14, 2019. I'm Ron Grant.
And I'm Javon Wilson.
Topping our newscast today, the Virgin Islands School of Technical Studies, the main provider of technical and vocational education and training in the Virgin Islands, hosted its first certification ceremony for students who completed their technical courses of studies and gained their Regional Caribbean Vocational Qualification Certificate on June 12th. The exams, which were first brought on stream by the former Minister of Education, Myron Walwyn, has seen tremendous success. The Caribbean Vocational Certification, has referred to as the QVC, is based on a competency-based approach to training, assessment, certification. Candidates are expected to demonstrate competence in attaining occupational standards developed by practitioners, industry experts, and employers. These standards were approved by CARICOM for easy movement across the region. Technical and vocational education training has been gaining its popularity and considered to be a driving force in the sustainable development of the Virgin Islands. The Virgin Islands School of Technical Studies views technical and vocational education as a planned program of courses and learning experiences that begins with exploration of career options, which supports basic academic and life skills and enables achievements of high academic standards. They also equip students with the leadership qualities and prepare them for the industry work and advances continuing education. The students have satisfied and met requirements that were set by the Caribbean Examination Council, and by extension, the Caribbean Vocational Qualifications were awarded with their esteemed certificates. This certification indicates that our students are trained and certified as international standards and are ready for various positions in the workforce. We here at 284 Media congratulate the students at VISTS on a job well done. And
Good
we're
job,
approaching
guys.
Graduation season, so it's a lot of time for celebrations.
Really good. On the note of graduation, yesterday, HLSCC celebrated their 26th graduation, which saw a resilient bunch coming through with flying colors. The ceremony was amazing. 97 students rising against the odds of Irma to complete their degrees. The Minister of Education mentioned that John Samuel was appointed as the chairman of the HLSCC board for a period of 3 years, effective June 1st. John Samuel, who ran last election, under the VIP ticket, came close to winning the 6th district against incumbent Alvaro Maduro. He's also a spirited businessman who has served as the director of shipping for the government of the Virgin Islands for 3 years. Mistress Fiona Forbes Vanterpool will serve as the deputy chairman. The Minister of Education also confirmed that HLSCC will now be receiving an additional $2 million annually. The tertiary institution was routinely allotted $8 million for years, but that proved highly insufficient to deal with the college's expenses. As a result, earlier this year during the standing finance meeting, it was revealed that the college could possibly lose their accreditation due to the deficit. However, the Premier and the Minister of Education reassured the territory that they will do what they can to ensure that the college does not lose its credibility. Now, with this new revelation, the $8 million cap will increase to $10 million and hopefully take us a step closer at creating a financial balance. Viewers, we have more news for you right after this commercial break. When you need to stay connected with friends and families at home or abroad, the best choice for you is Freedom. CCT Freedom. With the lowest rates in the market, our Freedom plan gives you unlimited calls and texting. Plus, our Freedom One package includes 10 gigabits of super fast, unlimited LTE data and unlimited calls to the BVI, USA, USVI, Canada, Puerto Rico, and UK lines. Why pay for overages when you can enjoy CCT Freedom? Stop by at one of our stores today and speak with one of our representatives to find out more about our CCT Freedom packages. Welcome back, viewers. You're watching 284 News. The long-awaited and highly anticipated Buju Banton show is happening tomorrow at the festival grounds. This, by far, is the biggest event to hit the British Virgin Islands. And while we are slated to have a great time, we also want to ensure that we have safe fun. Now, with that said, police are urging residents ahead of the many events that are to take place this weekend to take the necessary precautions to ensure that your houses, businesses, and vehicles are secure. If you are planning to be out all night, make sure your property remains secure or ask somebody to look after your home, police said. Residents are also urged to be mindful of their surroundings, especially if you're carrying large sums of money. Consider whether you need to bring expensive items or jewelry into the event you may be attending so as to ensure that you do not invite criminal activity. Vehicle owners are also encouraged to remove all valuables and any items that are susceptible to theft from vehicles that are parked throughout Road Town, especially in vulnerable places. And also, please try not to leave your vehicle in an unit area. There will be extra Royal Virgin Islands Police patrols on duty throughout the entire weekend and covering all the events, of course, that are taking place. However, please do your part to support the force by thinking about crime prevention when it comes to your own situation. Normal patrols will be maintained throughout the territory in addition to the additional resources, but please be patient as the response to a non-emergency may be slower during periods of peak demand where the focus will be on safety and security on those attending the different events. The show promises to attract well over 8,000 people, so be reminded that precautionary measures must be exercised. Now, with that said, go out and have a grand time as we welcome the legendary musician to our beautiful shores in the BVI.
And Jovan, I'd really like to add to that while we're on the issue of safety. There's nothing wrong with having a designated driver, guys.
Right. Carpooling, walking.
Might not be as involved as you, and make sure that everybody's safe and gets home safe.
I like
That's
that word,
important.
involved.
Yes.
Yeah.
On the regional scene, St. Vincent and the Grenadines has recently become the smallest country to be elected to the United Nations Security Council. Kingston St. Vincent received 185 out of a possible 191 votes in support after they campaigned for a seat at the table for an entire decade. Prime Minister Ralph Gonzalez described the accomplishments as a sweet victory and was celebrated with a national holiday. He further said that we are committed to be the foundation of the United Nations Charter, namely sovereignty, equality, non-interference, and non-intervention in domestic affairs, and collective cooperation in solving global problems. The Council is composed of 15 members, the 5 permanent members being China, France, Russia, the United Kingdom, and the United States, and 10 non-permanent members elected for 2 years by the General Assembly. St. Vincent and the Grenadines has outlined its international agenda for correction action as part of the Security Council, which includes tackling terrorism, stemming the spread of weapons of mass destruction, dealing seriously with human trafficking, taking a stand against illegal drugs and small arms, tackling security, food and water, and other humanitarian concerns, as well as doing its part to stop violence against men and women. Jovan, this is quite an accomplishment for St. Vincent to be this close and poised in a very nice position to serve as a representative for not only St. Vincent and the Grenadines, but the wider Caribbean at such a very pivotal point in our history.
Yes, they now have a voice at the table. 284 News at this time would like to express our deepest sympathy to all the families that would have lost their loved ones over this past week. You are in our thoughts and our prayers. And that's it for today's news roundup. Viewers, be sure to like us on Facebook at 284 Media and 284 BVI on Instagram, as well as Twitter. I'm Javon Wilson.
And I'm Ron Grant. This news segment is proudly sponsored by As You Like It Hair and Barbershop, located in the Mill Mall right upstairs of Cito's Restaurant. Be sure to join us again on Tuesday at 3 p.m. as we deliver honest and impartial news right here on 284 News. Happy Friday, everybody.
And have a happy Father's Day weekend as well.
Enjoy yourselves.
Take care.
Brilliant Hands and Minds Tutoring Services, one-on-one tutorials in math and English, intense homework assistance, academic enrichment, school projects, effective communication and public speaking development, sign language for adults and children on Saturdays only. Registered with the Virgin Islands High School Certificate Program, Brilliant Hands and Minds can help you too. Offering intense curriculum-based training to help you or your loved ones get their high school diploma. It's time to make your family's education a #1 priority. Hurry, space is limited. Brilliant Hands and Minds Learning Center. We are the trained education professionals.